Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So it has been a rather, weekend. Yeah. The price has so far not yet completed its B wave pullback here, as it seems. We could still set up for a C wave up, which might, could have started on the weekend, but Bitcoin, just moved in slow motion. But let's take a look at how we moved or how we went into the weekend, what the expectations were for the weekend and where we are now. For that, we can just move over to X. By the way, if you don't follow us here yet on X, feel free to get further up. Just follow us here for further updates, behind the scenes content, all sorts of things, and also like some written updates. Like for example, on the 1st of November, when we moved into the weekend, I shared my wave count for the weekend. And the idea was that, we might here be forming a B wave and could get a C wave rally. Idea was maybe we get the C wave over the weekend already. That is not materialized, but it's filling out the pattern nicely. Yeah, it's filling out the pattern nicely. We had an initial A wave bounce that was already seen as complete. A B wave pullback still in motion, and then a C wave up could follow. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that C wave. I'd like to see it. So where are we now? So let's go back, and by the way, I'll put the link for our X channel in the comment section. So while watching the video, maybe you wanna follow us there. But there are plenty of additional updates. But hey, you can see it. You can see it. We had the A wave complete, A, B, C, and we're now on our way back to the support area in wave C. And we could basically form a local low here at any time now and start the next bounce. This is the idea I gave you on Friday already. The parameters for the weekend: micro support 107,330 to 109,250, and micro resistance 110,112 to 114,246. Really not much happened. Yeah, it's really just noise, literally just noise. But as long as the market moves in a rather corrective fashion to the downside, and it does, I mean, you see a lot of overlapping price action here. Yeah, no clean trend. This is corrective after quite a nice bounce. So I think I shared it in the previous video that this here looks like a so-called flat correction. That's an Elliott Wave pattern. From an educational point of view, A, B, C is a so-called flat correction. It's a correction. It's called a flat correction because, well, it looks flat. So I mean, it's basically called a sideways correction. Yeah, there are sharp corrections and sideways corrections. This is more a sideways correction because, well, it's not really going down. It's more like sideways. That makes sense. So this indicates, especially that high B wave here, indicates there are buyers still there, but over the weekend they just weren't strong enough to drive the price higher. So we're now looking at support here between 107,330 and 109,250, which was the parameters that we communicated for the weekend. They are still relevant. The market just hasn't made a move. Now, if the market is bullish, it should break above resistance. If the market is bearish, it should break below support. And so, I mean, we can identify a tendency. I think we have talked extensively now over the last few days about that potential for a 1-2 setup, which means we have 5 waves down from the Monday high last week, and we could form this 3-wave move up now. So the parameters should be very clear. I think over the coming sessions, we need to watch if the bulls can defend this Fibonacci support area. A slight break below the support area wouldn't be a problem. A decisive break, though, would shift the focus towards further downside and maybe a more direct drop. But micro patterns rather suggest a bit of a bounce, at least at the moment, yeah. That's my view, so I'm waiting to see signals for a bounce. For now, it's unfolding as planned. As you see, that pattern is nicely being filled in. We're now approaching the area from where a bounce could occur. That's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, yeah, as I said, feel free to follow us on X. I'll leave a link in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.